Hi guys, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Today we got a special guest. We got Sandy here. She decided to stop by, so she's going to be sitting here on my lap trying to decipher what I got to say. Today we're going to talk about Seiko. And Sandy she likes Seiko. But what is Seiko doing? Seiko brought three new watches to Basel 2018, three new releases and three new watches that I like them, but Seiko is going the way of doing limited editions now, of not making them accessible to everybody. So these are the three new watches that Seiko is doing. The first one, it's going to be Seiko SLA 025. It's a 6159 reissue. They call this, they want to make it seem like it's the Grand Seiko Diver, like it's a workman's watch in a Grand Seiko quality, but in a diver quality. It has the only nice thing about this watch, it's the stoplight second hand. That is really cool, and it's limited to 1,500 pieces, but the price is not limited. The price is $5,400, guys. $5,400 for a watch that you're not going to be able to get your hands on that quick. And like I said, Seiko is going. It's leaving us, the purists. It's leaving the people that wanted to enjoy watches, and with their new prices, with their new catalog, and with this limiting the editions. Last year they had one limited edition. This year they have a few of them. So this one, 1,500 pieces, $5,400. It's going to be hard to get. It's going to, honestly, I think they're playing the Rolex game. I think everybody wants to have that, how could you say it? That cachet of saying, I have a waiting list. That bragging right of saying, I have people that want my products and I'm not going to push it hard enough. I'm going to limit it for them. So that's something I don't really appreciate, and I don't really appreciate, especially from a brand that I love so much, like Seiko. So that's one thing. Other watch that comes out, it's the Seiko SLA 019. I got these written down because I can't remember all the reference numbers. It's an updated of the Marine Master. That's what they're not claiming it, but that's what I see. It's an updated Marine Master. This is the one with the green bezel and the green dial. It is a beautiful watch. It is. I mean, I haven't touched it. I haven't had it in my hands. I'm just seeing videos and images of the watch, but with the green bezel and the green dial, Seiko said it's to reflect on tones of ancient cedar trees that they have in the region. I think green on green, it's a reflection of, you know what I'm talking about, of Rolex Hulk or Rolex Hermit, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a reflection of the green Rolex, and they want to go that way. It's a dive watch. It's nothing special. It's nothing that I really love. You might like it. I know. I mean, I know there's some hardcore Seiko fan people out there that they can't do nothing wrong. I'm that way with Omega. I'm a fan of Omega, so Omega can't do nothing wrong in my eyes. So if you're a Seiko fan, man, then a man or woman, then Seiko can do no wrong in your eyes. I love Seiko, but I think they're screwing up. They're screwing up big time. This SLA 019 is limited to 1,968 pieces at a retail price of $3,250. So high price, low quantities equal higher prices. I mean, and people are going to sweep them off of their feet. But you know who's going to buy these watches? Not the Seiko fan. It's going to be somebody that is looking for value in a watch. It's going to be somebody that wants to make an investment in a watch. And it sounds kind of absurd to say I'm going to make an investment on a Seiko, because we all bought Seikos not as an investment, but as a fun and everyday piece as a piece that a lot of you guys do modifications to them. A lot of you guys like to play with the bands, like to do a lot of stuff with Seikos, darken the bezel or darken the dial. And Seiko was our home. Seiko was the watch we could do it to because we would spend $200 on a Seiko, $250 on a Seiko. Now Seiko, everything they want to do, they want to do it as the Grand Seiko. I was okay with them going to Grand Seiko last year. I was fine with that. I thought to myself, okay, they're gonna have a Seiko for that person that doesn't want to have a inexpensive Seiko per se, because they're both going to last the same. The quality of Seiko, it's an SKX that is $200 right now. It's tremendous quality, and it's going to give you an insane amount of service, same as if you go out and buy your Grand Seiko. I mean, it in the technical aspect of the Grand Seiko, it's a much better, much refined, better movement, better everything of a watch, and that's fine. And I was okay with Seiko doing that for certain part of their customers. But now taking the purists, taking the customer that would enjoy the cheaper things in life, the watches that we could still do a lot of other things and not break the bank buying a Seiko and still be part of the group, still be part of the horology group per se, if there is such thing. They're taking that away. They're taking that away with their new lineup and their new watch prices and limiting editions and limiting supplies. And I think I don't think it's going to hurt them. It's going to hurt us more in the long run. You know, watches are so hot right now that nothing could hurt them. And Seiko is one of the big guys out there. So, but Seiko is kind of forgetting that the people that made him big is us, the small guys. The people that maintain Seiko sales is people that keep buying the $200, $300, $400 Seikos. These are the people that make Seiko what they are. If they were to reissue a Seiko Polk today, a Seiko chronograph, it would be in the thousands. So it's not accessible to watch in the thousands. So Seiko is forgetting the customer base that made them, the customer base that brought them to what they are now. And I'm going to talk about the last issue, the Seiko Presage. Seiko Presage, beautiful watch. I've owned one, and the beautiful watches. I had the Japanese model. I can remember the reference number, but it was, I think I bought it for 300 and I sold it for 400, something like that. So I bought it at a good price and I sold it at a good price. I enjoy doing that. I enjoy buying watches at a good price and selling them at a good price too, you know. So now they come out with a thinner, more elegant, modified Presage. This Presage is the SJE073. It's got the slimmer movement, the 6L35, which is 3.7 millimeters thick. So that means when the watch is cased, it's going to be a 9.8 millimeter thick watch. And 9.8 millimeter on a fully automatic with a full rotor, guys, that's a thin watch. That is a really thin watch. But here's the retail, $2,200. $2,200 for a Seiko Presage. I mean, if they were to retail that at $1,100, I would have still been okay, you know, and overproduce. That way we could get it at a discount. I'm not sure if the Presage is going to be limited edition, but at $2,200, guys, even at a 50% discount, that's what Seiko sells approximately. If you see the SKX and a lot of their other models, the Patty and the all the Turtles, they retail for $495, but you can get them at 50% off, at 40% off. So even at $2,200, even if you could buy it at 50% off, you're still paying $1,100 for the watch, and that's a little bit hard for a lot of people to, especially in the Seiko camp, that we were in Seiko because of the affordability. It's gone. It's gone. At $1,100, guys, I'm buying myself a used Oris. Oris, it's a much better brand. It's much better quality than Seiko, And I don't own an Oris right now, but I've owned plenty of them. So for that price base, I'm not spending them on Seiko Presage. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna start looking at them with a different point of view. Now, they're playing with prices that you're gonna start thinking, I could buy this Swiss-made automatic, much better watch. You know, you could for $1,100, you could buy yourself a used Sin, a used Oris for cheaper than $1,100. And it's going to be much nicer. It might even have a complication in there. It's going to give you guys more options. I think Seiko is going the wrong way. It hurts me to say. I think Seiko is doing things where it's going to end up hurting themselves, because watches are at the top right now and they got nowhere to go but down. I mean, the climb up is it's going to be very small. Watches, if we hit a recession, if we hit some economic disaster that we all know that it happens. It happened for me in 2000, 2008, and it might happen again. The first things to go are, and the first thing that people stop looking at is luxury. So Seiko is playing with fire right now with these prices, but they're the smart people. So guys, what do you think? What do you think Seiko is doing? The watches are nice. They're beautiful. Are they worth it? Are they worth it to go out and spend this much money on Seiko? You tell me, guys. You tell me. Tell me what you think. Guys, I thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.